Hey, hope you're having a good day. Elan here, and today I'm joined by the amazing Michelle. And myself and Michelle have been working together for just about 4 months now, and it's been really amazing to see all the progress that she's made. Michelle, how are you doing today?
I'm great, yeah. Big birthday coming up and hitting goals and yeah, good.
Good
All
stuff.
good.
Yeah, it's your 60th tomorrow.
60th tomorrow, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
60 years young being the important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Amazing. Good stuff. Nice. So, I just wanted to jump on for a quick chat and, just kind of get your feedback on what your experience has been like so far. Because obviously, over the last 4 months, you've got amazing results in every single area. So, before we get into that, I was just wondering what was it specifically or like why were you struggling before, we started working together?
Why I was struggling. Well, nothing fitted me. And I was turning down invitations to go out and I just wasn't going out because nothing fitting me. I didn't feel comfortable in my body.
Hmm.
And I didn't want to go out and buy bigger clothes, like two sizes bigger than what I normally was. So I live in scrubs because of my work, and I grew into the scrubs. So between scrubs and tracksuits, and I always ran, um, and then I'm an avid walker. So I've always walked and jogged and ran, but this just wasn't shifting. So all the walking in the world, it just wasn't doing it, and I knew I needed something else.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that you're understating it as well because it's not like you just ran like the odd time. Like you competed in a lot of different things, right?
I did, yeah, I did cross country and yeah, a few marathons and yeah, so
Just a few marathons, that's all. Nice. So yeah, like you were really athletic beforehand, and like in terms of like the amount of years, like how was there a certain time frame that kind of just gradually built up to where you got to that point?
yeah, I would say probably 5 years ago. And then a few things happened in a row, like my daddy passing away, and then I had surgery, and then COVID, and just things kind of escalated and piled on, and I just got into bad habits. Mm.
Yeah, and my condolences again, because when things like that happen, it can often just be one thing after another, and it's very easy for a few years to go by and for things like that to happen, which is completely normal.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
plus side now, you're on the opposite side of that now, which is amazing. So
Yeah.
um,
Yes.
in terms of like before we started, were there some specific things that you were struggling with? Was it like mostly food related or sleep, or was it mostly just the weight loss side of things?
It was really just the weight loss. I had all the insomnia, yes, the sleep issues, but once I got on, once they sorted the HRT, that settled itself.
Hmm.
So no, really, it was just the weight just piling on, and I was so uncomfortable and unhappy in myself because of this. How I felt, I didn't feel like myself,
Hmm.
and you think, or you were told rather, HRT, it's weight gain, it's menopause, it's all of that. So you let that in on top of you as well and say, well, this is it, like, you know. Mm.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I totally understand. And so, just when we had our initial consultation and, we were chatting about what might work well for you, like what were you maybe skeptical of before actually investing in the program and getting started?
Well, skeptical of you, like you're so young, and what would you know about women's hormones and menopause and perimenopause and all of that? I knew your credentials were good from your degree side. Um, I was skeptical, I suppose, because of that mindset that I got myself into because of menopause and weight gain with HRT and all of that. So I thought, well, I would rate myself as fairly fit. I walk every day, and that maybe it is the HRT, maybe it is the menopause, and maybe this is the way it's meant to be. So I was skeptical because of all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I really appreciate you being honest as well, because I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's like it's one thing for me to, have lots of success stories and interviews like this and stuff where people are sharing their experience, but the other side of it then as well is like, digging into maybe your own limiting beliefs or self-sabotage. And that's obviously something we've worked on a lot, over the
Yeah.
last months, and changing, your mindset, and a lot of kind of specific things that a lot of people maybe, don't go into, which are really powerful. And so when we did get started, like for you, what was like your first big breakthrough that you were like really happy with?
Well, you told me to get a favorite pair of jeans and to try them on. And well, I know this is not like anyway, they wouldn't go anywhere. They wouldn't even go up my thighs. So that was fine. And then I tried them on again and they went up. But and now they fit me perfectly. But I think the first thing was my leggings, my leggings that I wear walking started falling down. Yeah, they started getting loose. I had to start pulling them up.
Mm. Nice, good stuff. And do you feel like the approach that we've taken, over the last 4 months, like do you feel like that's something sustainable that now you can continue with, for pretty much the rest of your life?
Very much so, yes. I think with me, the accountability side was good, the checking in, the all of that. But what I learned about my own eating habits and the protein, like I would graze all day, and you'd say, well, I don't really eat that much. Never had breakfast, but yet you were grazing all day. So yes, I learned a lot about how to eat properly, to fuel my body properly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was probably one of the biggest things, wasn't it? It was like once you started using MyFitnessPal and tracking your food, you realize that because you had no structure with things really, and you're just eating kind of whenever you felt like it was meaning that your calories were most days either at maintenance or they were over. So that's why you were gradually had been just going up in clothes sizes. And then obviously as soon as you started getting more protein and more fat and carbs and stuff like that, and just fueling yourself, having the right amount, obviously then your energy started to go up and everything else up, and then all your measurements came down. So it was like the ideal situation where your energy was going up, and you, like, in the end, it was, how many clothes sizes would you say you lost over the last 4 months?
2. So remember the new dress that I bought for my party? I
Yeah.
showed a picture. Well, there's another one now. Yeah. So it's a size 10. Yeah.
Amazing.
And that was the thing. I did not want to go out and buy a size 14. And I know some people will say, oh, well, 14's not big. But when you're only 5 foot high, you're nearly as wide as you're tall. And that would have been 2 sizes bigger for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, it's completely subjective as well. It's like we obviously pinpointed when we did the initial call that you throughout your life had felt your best at around a size 10, but obviously you had that limiting belief of like, oh, maybe I'm too old now, or like all the other people who are my age are really out of shape, and maybe that's just it's meant to be. Obviously that's not the case. So it's great that you got back to that point. And I think it's important to mention as well, it's like how I got you to move away from the scales, because as you're well aware, like
that was hard, yeah. And in the beginning I was a sneaky, and then I totally put them away. And yeah, that was great. Yeah.
it's obviously, with like Slimming World and Weight Watchers and the majority of people will just like hop on the scales every week, and it's just like like what it says in the scales doesn't matter, because what matters most is how good you feel in your clothes, and at least if they're dropping. And of course, like you lost a good bit of weight. Like you went from, was it 67 to 58, something like that?
66 to 57 to 57. Yeah. So,
So yeah, no, it's really good to see that, like, just by having your habits in place of, coming to the classes each week and getting your steps in and getting better sleep, and having more structure with your food, and not even focusing on the scales, is like the weight just took care of itself.
yes, it was quite um, remarkable. And I'm eating more now than I ever ate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I suppose a lot of people probably think the opposite. Yeah, like before we started working together, like what would your opinion have been of, if you had to get down to a size 10, do you think you would have had to kind of starve yourself, or like?
Yes. In the past, yes. To get, a wedding or whatever, um, I lost a few kilos before for my son's wedding, actually. And yeah, I virtually starved myself. Yes.
Awful.
Yes. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terrible what we do. But of course, all of that went back on again.
Yeah, it's just not sustainable. You have that kind of approach.
Plus
Um,
more. Mm-hmm.
cool. So, like, now that we're finished the 16-week program, like, looking back now from everything you've implemented, what kind of impact do you feel like it's had on your life, as a whole?
Oh, amazing. I'll accept any invitation to go anywhere because I can actually open my wardrobe and put something on. I know to some people that isn't a big thing, but it just feels amazing. And I used to love shopping. I haven't shopped in a long time, and now I love doing that, just browsing and maybe trying on, and I just love that. I'm fitter, I'm stronger, I'm faster. I'm starting to jog again. Well, I'm starting to run again. Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was really cool with, obviously, you were very consistent with coming to, you pretty much came to like two classes every week, apart from
Mhm.
when you're on holidays and stuff for nearly 4 months straight. So
Yeah. Mhm.
like, even though you're 59 years young, like your strength was probably higher than the majority of other people, even in their 30s and 40s. So like some of the numbers you were doing with like ab work and, weighted lunges, and, the amount of progress you made was like really good. And obviously this is just the 4 months is such a short time frame. So that's really cool.
Mhm.
Um,
I think you pushed me a bit as well, which I loved. And I like how you, like in the group, you kind of, if somebody is if the levels are a little bit different, you'll still push who needs to be pushed, and you have a nice method.
yeah, good stuff. Yeah, no, because it's really important. Like, obviously, if there's 3 or 5 people in a class, like everyone's at a slightly different level, so what works for you
Mhm.
is maybe going to be right for someone else. Um, but I thought it'd be, when I just remember distinctly when we had our second call after the initial consultation, and it seemed like you were this close to saying, no, I don't want to do it. Because
Yeah,
obviously it is an investment.
it's a
um
it was a big investment. I had to, yes, dig into my pension pot. And like people said, oh, that's an awful amount of money. What are you? But yet I knew I had to do it. And if I didn't do it now, when would I get the chance again? Because I think turning 60 is, it's a lovely age, and we love our birthdays. But I think for a woman, it's a time that lots of things can change. And I'm on no medication at the minute, no blood pressure, no um, other medications. But if I had kept going, I would have needed something, cholesterol, and I didn't want that. So there was the health aspect of it as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because it's like making an investment into yourself, it can seem scary or seem like a lot of money. But if you look at how much it can cost in the long run, like if you, let's say, uh, don't have a lot of strength in your bones and end up getting osteoporosis or osteopenia, and then, break a hip and have to go get surgery, like that's going to be minimum like 5 grand. And even just like high cholesterol, having to pay for medication, or even if you have a medical card, like just having to pay for extra things on top of it, like it makes a huge, like the investment to make that change is going to
Mm.
be way less than what it would cost you in the long run of, and of
Yeah,
course, I mean, at the end of the day, our mental health and happiness and how we feel in our body is like, you can't,
priceless. Yeah,
yeah, like, yeah, can't put a
yeah.
price.
Then as well, I thought, well, if I was to have to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe
Yep.
of 14 clothes, that money wouldn't go very far.
Yeah,
So,
for
mm,
sure. No, definitely. Because it's easy. Like, I think most people could easily have a wardrobe of clothes that are, could be
oh,
1 to 3
mm,
or 4,000 euro that's being collected.
mhm.
So yeah, even just by being able to fit into your clothes that you have
Yeah,
from the past, that saves
yes.
you.
And my boots go on me now. Imagine I tried on a pair of boots, but they're these lovely leather boots, and I haven't been able to wear them in years because my legs just wouldn't fit them. And
Mhm.
now the zip just goes up. Yeah, so. Mm.
Nice, good stuff. Still rocking the leather boots at 60.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Nice,
yeah.
amazing. Well, so just a last thing for today, I was wondering, like, now that you finished the program, like, who would you recommend it for?
Oh, just about everybody. Yeah. Don't think about it, just do it. If they make the time for a consultation and they're in that place of change, just do it. Mm.
Amazing, good stuff. Nice one.
Mm.
Well,
Enjoyed every minute. I did. I really did. Mm. The accountability thing I think was great, and chatting to you and having that structure in place
mhm.
was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So for anyone who's wondering, if you're watching this, so each week we have a one-to-one for 30 minutes, have the Q&A every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for 45 minutes. And then obviously the classes as well. There's 6 each week, but you can come to, as many as you want. And obviously you were coming to the 7 p.m. ones, Mondays and Thursdays. So yeah, it's
And the
amazing.
recorded ones as well were very good. So you could
Mhm.
go anytime.
Yeah, and you have lifetime access to the recordings as well, so you can continue to use that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can just keep the links. Uh,
Yes.
I'll be continuously adding new classes and the Q&A recordings as well. So you'll always have those, make it easier to, keep training for, the next few months and years.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, good stuff. Well, I really appreciate your time today, Michelle. I'll end the recording now and we can have a quick
Not
chat.
at all. I appreciate all your help. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, wishing you all the best in the future.
And you too.
Thank you.